What about you? You going on a diet?
I've been on like 1,500 calories a day.
Oh my gosh. 1,500 calories a day? Why? Why? That's
Just a bit
hardly
weight.
anything. I have like 1,400.
No, 1,500 a day.
Are you starving?
No.
How?
500 calories 3 times a day, innit?
Oh, I suppose when you look at it like that, that's not so
So
bad.
dinner's like 450 calories.
Yeah.
Lunch is like a bowl of soup. That's like 250.
Yeah. If
Loads
that,
of water.
probably.
2 litres of water a day minimum.
Oh, okay. That's why you're full.
You've got to drink lots of water.
That's good.
But actually, you should drink lots of water anyway. And then breakfast
I
is
would
probably
literally
like
drown.
250, innit? But weighing it, 30 grams of cereal, not just like...
Yeah. Because cereal's like...
and also, it's, you know...
cereal's the
cost-efficient,
number
isn't it?
one thing you could go OTT on. I
You
could
can have
eat
a whole
bowl after
bowl.
bowl.
Oh, it's
I don't
just-
really eat it like every
Those Rice
day, but if I
Krispies are
had
going
one bowl,
down.
I'd want 5 bowls.
Yeah, but I think...
Frosted shreddies for me.
Frosted shreddies, that's
Yeah.
your take, is it?
Yeah, what's yours?
Oh.
Oh, crunchy nut.
Yeah,
Crunchy
crunchy nut
nut.
cornflakes.
Do you have
yeah.
that every day?
You're a porridge man,
Oh,
aren't you?
porridge for lunch, though, yeah.
Porridge for lunch.
What?
Porridge for lunch.
Porridge for lunch?
Porridge for
Like
lunch.
sweet
When
porridge?
Barry's
It's
first...
slow release energy food, you see.
Yeah, so you're full too. That's
Yeah,
very
when you
good.
started working for us, you weren't like Mr. Porridge. You had like the little packs, one a day.
Little pots, yeah.
What, the
every day.
Quaker Oats ones?
Yeah, little pots, yeah.
And you get different flavours like cinnamon,
Flavours,
vanilla.
yeah. They've stopped doing the strawberry one, strawberry jam one, which was lovely.
Just get a tub of jam and just
I
put a
know,
scoop in.
I'm gonna have to do that. It's like, do you remember at Southern used to have semolina and you used to have strawberry
Yeah.
jam? It's like that.
Barry, we're not as old
No,
as
we
you,
did
mate.
have that though at our
Semolina?
school. Yeah.
Rice pudding, probably it's called.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah.
Sim-
You had like...
Way
you
more
had-
additives.
You had bread and beef dripping, didn't
yeah,
you?
you went to a posh school.
Yeah. I didn't go to... I went to the Ridgeway.
We did go to posh school, Alex. Come on.
Is Ridgeway posh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll take that.
I
We used to
reckon
have
it was.
blazers.
I reckon it was when we were there anyway.
Yeah.
This is why we're here, you know,
Hmm.
doing famous podcasts
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
So Barry, talk to us.
Right. what
How
do
long
like
you
to-
been doing this for?
I've been doing this for about 36 years now.
Do you love it?
I do. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it. But I love helping people. Simple as that.
Oh. And what's your favourite part of your job?
It's actually meeting people and finding out what their requirements are and seeing if I can help them. That's the thing. I've got loads going on in my head. So they might say, I would like this sort of property or that sort of property. And then about a month or so later, an alarm bell will go
Yeah,
and
and
suddenly
you found it.
I valued a house. They're not ready to come to the market, and I can go back to them and say, well, I've got a house that I think might be of interest. Would you be interested in a one-off viewing? And quite often they say yes, and we've suddenly got a deal off market.
Nice. Alex?
Yeah, so I've been doing it 20 years now, I think, since I was 16. But yeah, love the
Cute.
job. It's good fun. Doesn't really feel like a job, to be honest with you, which is nice. But yeah, fair part of the job for me is sort of joining the dots, really. Is a bit like Barry said, meeting someone, listening to what they want from a house and their family, and then going to see it and kind of going, oh, they're the right people for that one, which often are, as Barry said, the off-the-market ones, because the stronger rapport you've got with someone, the easier it is to understand what they want from a property. So when you see it, you sort of piece the two together, which is, I guess, really old-fashioned estate agency, really.
It is old-fashioned estate agency, but it works.
Yeah, it does, yeah. And it takes right move out of account, which, you know, is kind of a bit of an automated process of listing, which isn't actually the best for the customer either, buyer and seller, because it creates a bit of a race.
Yeah, a bit of competition.
Yeah, a bit of competition. But you
And
still get
sometimes not
competition.
good. Sometimes it's not always good competition, though, is it? So I suppose the more people that can see it, you're showing it to loads of people that might not actually be as keen as the one person that you've got.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like anything. If you go shopping and you see something that's absolutely perfect, you know, you'll buy it at a given price.
Yeah.
You might pay a bit more because it's perfect.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
I think at the moment, certainly in the market at the moment, there's lots of unproceedable buyers, people who've got their houses to sell, people who haven't checked their finances out. So as an agent, if we can get, firstly, the right person through the door who's qualified and ready to go, not only will they probably pay a higher price, they're also going to be happy that they've got exactly what they want. So there's no loser.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
You've got a happy customer a happy buyer who's got the perfect house, and a seller who's got the right price, and actually had, you know, minimal disruption to their life. And that's probably one of the nicest sort of deals you can do in agency, is the off the market deal.
It is, yeah.
How do they normally come about then? So you would speak first to the buyers that you've got registered or the people that you know?
Well, when we sort of register people, we tend to form lists. So if someone says, I only want this sort of area, we write them down for that sort of area. So if we've done a valuation there, we can ask them what sort of timescale they're looking to move and whether it sort of tallies in with the buyers that we've got. And if we've got one that says they want to move really quickly for this area, we can target that one.
Yeah.
However, if we've got someone that says, I want to move in September time, for example, because when the kids have finished the schooling, we can then target a later person in there as well. So it's helping people that are only going to move for a certain sort of property getting exactly what they want, where they want it.
Yeah, fine. And what benefits for the sellers, what do they like about it most? Probably the fact that viewing numbers are less for possibly a better result, I suppose.
Yeah, just ease, hassle-free. They're getting the result they want, and often we might have if they're looking to buy a house with us or in our area, we can often try and help them get access
Find
to
the
other
next
stuff.
one, yeah.
But I think it's important as well as to what off-the-market properties are. And me and Barrie were talking about this a minute ago. Off-the-market properties, every house is off the market at some point. So we get a phone call from a customer, wants to put their house on. That house is on the market from the second they've said they want to sell it with Richard James, right? So straight away, we're thinking, who's going to buy that house? You know, we don't wait for the internet to try and get us
Find
activity.
you someone.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst outcome from the customer. Our database is so powerful. We've got 8 branches across Swindon. We've got loads of buyers registering, you know, from kind of Swindon and outside of Swindon. So port of call is house comes on the market or agrees to use us. We start talking to people straight away. You know, that is an off the market property. You know, all our houses get professional photography, so they look 10 out of 10, but that does take a bit of time. So we use that time to speak to our database. And often, a lot of houses don't actually hit the market because we've got the right result, and you know we've used that strategy right to get the vendor the right outcome. So if you want to see the off-the-market properties, you know, register with us. Basically, that's the key. There's people that, you know, some delicate situations, perhaps divorces or probates, where they don't want it to be kind of public knowledge. So again, that will be something that will remain off the market for good, if you like. And there'll be some properties that are just on our website and not necessarily on Rightmove or Zoopla or whatever. So off the market is quite a big amount of the market. What do you reckon, 20%, 15%?
I'd say 15, 20%,
yeah.
yes.
So it's a big sort of hidden market of properties. So if you're struggling to find, that's the bit which we can unlock for you if you're talking to us.
Yeah,
you know.
fine. And worst case scenario, not to dampen things, but if you agreed a sale off market and then something fell through, do you then repeat the same process the second time round, or do you tend to then?
I would personally repeat the process because we've always got new buyers coming onto our books.
And the chances are, I suppose, there'll be someone that missed out on it first time round, won't there?
It's all about knowing your buyers. If you know, if you're all over your buyers, you'll know who will buy that property anyway. You won't need the internet.
Yeah, fine. Anything else? Would you recommend? What do people phone, register? You've got them.
Just
add them to the magic list.
I would just say spend time talking to the agent, explaining exactly what sort of property they want. I would say, what do you want, where do you want it, why do you want it, and when do you want it? If you ask those questions, you'll get a good snapshot of what works for them. I'd
say follow us on Instagram and all the social media channels, because a lot of our off-the-market properties will be on Instagram first. We do a thing called sneak peek, or what do you call it? You call it something else. I don't know. There's another word you used for it. It was brilliant. It was like a sneak peek.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, yeah. It's.
Let's have a look, Barrie.
Oh, what was it?
We can have a look.
I've got to find it now.
Hang on.
Heads up.
A heads up.
Yeah, that's nice.
A heads up. I quite liked.
Yeah,
you know.
I do the heads up.
Yeah.
So it's just a little Instagram post. Says Barrie with a heads up here. I've just seen a property in Grange Park. It's a 3-bed ensuite detached. It's coming to the market, and it gets out there before it actually hits the
market. Yeah. I mean, naturally, you know, people with off-market. If we get an off-market property, the people that are the highest on our list are people that have sold their property or in a position to proceed. So
chains that you need to tie up.
There's always, I wouldn't say a priority, but there's always, as a seller, you want to show people around your house who can buy it.
Who can move, yeah.
So naturally, often we're requested to show people who are ready to go, rather than people that are thinking of moving. So
And I suppose if someone's sold through us as well for the seller,
Yeah.
there's a bit of comfort in knowing that an entire chain could be.
We know more
under
about
one
it. We
roof.
can progress it
Yeah.
easier as well. It's more transparent. We've probably checked the finances out, which obviously at the moment is really important. But yeah, off the market is a good way for a buyer to secure a home that's not going to be exposed to the market, and it's a good way for the owner to get a good price. You know,
And it more efficiently with less hassle.
less hassle, easier.
Less
and
cleaning.
It's a bit like going to the dentist, really. You can go and say, take my teeth out slowly, you know, but you want to get it out as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a value to that, you know. You're quick and painless,
analogy.
you know. But I could tell you all about dentistries.
Yes.
Bit of a...
You like the dentist, Barry?
My new tooth looks good.
Oh, we got it. We got it. That's
Money
going to
well
have to be the
spent, that is,
thumbnail,
Barry.
James.
Yeah, no, it's money well spent.
Do you find that you're getting a lot of traffic through Instagram on your heads up stuff?
Yes, it's a new avenue to pursue, and yes, we are. I'd like to polish up the presentation a little bit, but I think people do like the sort of the rawness of our sort of videos.
Yeah, I think so. And I do think because they're done, you can see that they're done immediately once you've like walked out of that house. So you've been there to do a take on, and you're literally there and then. So
Red hot off the press.
yeah,
We always
It's ready.
tend to get somebody makes a call about, I've seen you on Instagram, and can you tell me a little bit more about this house?
Yeah.
Which is great. So you know it's going out. You look at estate agency from when I started, and it was like black and white photographs of houses.
in a newspaper.
And now it's gone, boo, and now we're actually just doing loads of social media. So
Yeah.
it's changed completely.
Do you find there's quite the people that you get that inquire through social media are quite age specific?
They do tend to be the younger younger people, yes.
Yeah. And is that just through Instagram, or do you find that with Facebook as well? I suppose we don't go straight to Facebook with properties, do we?
No.
I think it's sometimes linked, but it's getting older, if you like, as people are becoming more familiar with the technology. But I'd probably say 20 to 50. It's quite a broad,
okay.
I'd say it's a broad range, and obviously a lot of people.
I
that
suppose
register
as well,
with
if
us-
people's kids are seeing stuff and they're
They're
like, "Oh,
helping-
mum,
yeah,
dad, I've
yeah.
seen this."
And obviously, when you register with us, we encourage you to follow us on Instagram anyway. So it's kind of a natural cycle.
Progression.
And a lot of, let's say, 50-year-olds have got 15-year-old children, so they're quite au fait with the technology now. Got to remember that Instagram's been around for what, 10 years?
Yeah.
So that was a 40. But I'm not far off 40. I'd like to think I'm still down
It's
with
not
the
over
kids. No,
You have officially gone past mid
I know.
30s.
I'm basically old. I
No,
mean, I don't know how bad
I don't think you're old till you're 80 now.
80. Yeah.
You're still a spring chicken now.
But yeah,
Not
but
years
yeah.
left.
Anyway, off the market properties, definitely. If you're looking for something kind of that's very specific as well, there's properties we value that might be coming on in 3, 6, 9 months time. Where if you're not quite ready to go now, but are looking at making that move, that's another way of, finding about stuff. So I guess just talk to us. Have a
And-
chat with us.
On the flip side, if you've got a buyer who's who's very specific about what they want, and you've got people registered that that you've been out to maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, are you proactive in phoning them to say I've got
Yeah,
someone,
so-
even if loads of time's gone past?
we're picking up. We've got if you want to live in the high street somewhere, and wherever it might be, we've got a database of 25 years worth of information where we can speak to people, almost headhunt the house if you like.
Yeah.
But on the flip side to that, if we can't find it that way, we can also go the old-fashioned way of flyer dropping and things like that. So there's a lot of ways we can source property for you,
Fine.
which off the market kind of covers all that. I think
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
always someone to talk to about something.
Yeah, definitely. Good. All right. Thanks so
yeah,
much.
it's a wrap.